And now for something completely different.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Okay, first things first, this is going to be another Doctor Who video because my viewers are subscribers, the latest ones, do want to know more about Doctor Who. And if I do a Doctor Who video, I keep hold of my subscribers. I'm currently on 518 and I'd like to get up to 520 if at all possible. So secondly, you may be wondering why I have a TARDIS there. It's because it's a Doctor Who video. Quick fact, this TARDIS is it's quite an old one now, I guess. It's got Bad Wolf on it on one side, and but it's actually a Bluetooth speaker. And I won this by doing, from a Big Finish competition. They did, a few years ago, they did this competition where you had to do a impression of, somebody from Doctor Who or Blake 7 or whatever. And I did, I redubbed a small video clip of Paul Darrow, who plays Avon in Blake 7, and I won this and a wireless phone charger, which broke straight away. But this is such a good thing. Great speaker.
Blake, in the unlikely event that we survive this...
Yes?
I'm finished. Staying with you requires a degree of stupidity of which I no longer feel capable.
No, you're just being modest.
Anyway, the other thing, let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is my voice. I got hit on the head by something and I was in a coma for 6 days and I woke up with this accent. I'm joking. No, I didn't. It was 5 days. No, I'm joking again. This is just a bit of a challenge. Someone said to me, we were talking about accents recently, and somebody said to me, how long can you keep an accent up for? And I thought, well, I'll try it on this video. I mean, by the end of it, I may just get sick of it and drop to my usual accent, which is Indian. But I looked at my channel analytics, and did you know that like 50% of my viewers are in the States, which is really surprising. I've got like 50% of them in the UK, 50% of them in the States, and a couple of floaters, as it were. Now, many years ago, I went to Tunisia, saying it with the right accent, and I asked the 3 American guys who were with me, and a poor Canadian guy who had to put up with me. I said, if I speak in an American accent for the next 10, 15 minutes, can you analyze it and could you tell me where, hypothetically, I would come from if I had this accent? And after about 10 minutes, they all wanted to bury me in the sand and leave me there. But they said that, oh, you sound like you come from the kind of tri-state area, sort of New York, New Jersey, that kind of thing. And I know, and I apologize to Americans out there right now listening to this thinking, what does this guy sound like? He's awful, which I'm probably doing the equivalent of Don Cheadle, Don Cheadle's English accent when he played Basher. And that was pretty bad. Or the classic is Dick Van Dyke, in Mary Poppins. But I'm going to keep this up for a while and see what happens. It's probably annoying the heck out of everybody. So, hey, look, everything else I do annoys the heck out of everybody anyway. So let's just carry on. Let's talk Doctor Who.
Right.
Okay, this week, 2 things to discuss. Firstly, Kate Phillips, who's the Chief Content Officer for the BBC, has said the Doctor Who will continue with or without Disney. And everyone's like, oh. So that's such a non-story. I mean, I could have told you that last week. It's, yes, if the Disney deal carries on and continues, Doctor Who will go with that. If it doesn't, Doctor Who will carry on under the ownership of the BBC. That's like, oh, in other news, rain is wet. Sugar is sweet, clap your hands and stomp your feet. Where'd that come from? Anyway, so that was just no story. But perhaps even more telling is they've announced that the Doctor Who spin-off that they've shot, The War Between the Land and the Sea, has been moved forward to 2026. So, or should I say 2026? I don't know. But that's kind of doesn't bode well, does it? It's like, why, if it's ready to go, why is it not coming out until 2026? It was supposed to be coming out this year. So that is very interesting. None of this fills me with any confidence. Karen Gillan, famously for playing Amy Pond, and Suran Jones, who played the TARDIS, or Idris, in The Doctor's Wife, I think the episode was called. They were both on the Graham Norton show. And I think Karen was asked if she'd ever return to Doctor Who, and she said, "I'm not going to do the accent because it's my head's quite fried at the moment, as you can imagine, trying to concentrate." She said, "If they'll have me, absolutely, yes." But she said the condition is she would only return if it involved Matt Smith and Arthur Darvill, who nearly lost my accent there, who played Rory Williams, her husband. So it's like the dream team, you know. So if it ever happens, it would be a strange sort of Doctor crossover, because, you know, when a past Doctor comes in, it will be like a kind of crossover or a multi-Doctor story, and it has to be with Arthur Darvill and Matt Smith, which I suppose is quite nice. I think that's quite good, because Amy Pond and Matt Smith go together really well. Matt Smith said he'd return at the drop of a hat. We know this. Arthur Darvill, I'm sure he would be tempted to come back no matter what. And they're a good team, those three. You know, they're a very tight unit, I think, and I'd love to see them back. I love Matt Smith. So what do you think about all this? The War Between the Land and the Sea being pushed away from this year and moved to 2026. What do you think of Kate Phillips from the BBC's chief content creator saying that Doctor Who will continue, only with or without Disney? Oh, great. I sound like Mickey Mouse now. So, yeah, this is just crazy. And thirdly, what do you think of my ridiculously bad American accent? You think this is bad? I've got to do Off-World Survivors. I was going to point to the logo. I'll just put it there. I've got a flag on the wall with a big Off-World Survivors logo on it. In fact, I'm going to show you. There it is. Yeah, so in Off-World Survivors, I've got to revisit my Scottish accent, which I could not do this entire video in my Scottish accent because it's trickier. And I know Scottish people are very aggressive and violent and will come round to my house and kill me if they hear me trying to attempt their accent, because there are many different accents. In fact, there are many American accents. There are many British accents, American, and many different types of accents, regional accents within whatever country. And I'm sure my 50% American viewership is now unsubscribing and tuning out. Please don't go. I'm trying my best. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here, and I'm going to say, yay, I got to the end of the video doing a voice that is not mine, but I suppose I should do this every now and again just to kind of keep the acting thingy up. When we were filming Off-World, before I go, my buddy and co-star Gavin Rand went pretty method. He was playing a character called John Park, and he said, I'm going to play it in an American accent. Now, he's got an English accent, but he, even between takes, was speaking in American accent like I'm doing now. And I felt that when I was directing him, I had to speak in an American accent to help him feel more like that. I mean, if we had any Americans in the cast, that would have been hilarious. They would have been, guys, what are you doing? But he was good. He was good. The only time he dropped his American accent was when he had to go to hospital because occasion, I think he had sunstroke. Man, what a story. Everything went wrong on that film.
How cool is that?
Anyway, that's the Doctor Who content this week, with a slight novelty of being told by a Yank. God bless America. So anyway, I'm waiting for the comments on this. I'm just hoping to get more subscribers, which is why I've done a Doctor Who video. I will do a full Doctor Who video when there's something really to report, but to say that Doctor Who will continue with or without Disney is not much of a story, let's be honest. Anyway, I've got to go. This is getting silly. I'm even annoying myself, and I'm not going to drop into my normal accent for now. But talking of accents, I'm going to do a new show reel, a new voice reel for Big Finish, because I need another one of these. I need to get a job at Big Finish. I really do. I'd love that. Anyway, that's all for me this week. Take care now. Bye bye then.